Um, yeah, I'm here on behalf of the defendant, Jamil Lockhart, and you're making a special appearance.
All right. Well, you got to make your special appearance to the Wayne County Jail. I told you that.
Oh, it looks like someone forgot to turn themselves in. Today, we're back in Judge Perkins' courtroom to follow a case I've covered before, Jamil of the family. Last time, Judge Perkins sentenced him to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail for blatant contempt of court. But Jamil never showed up. Now, realizing that the active bench warrant and his inability to get a driver's license have affected his life, he's ready to move forward. The problem is, Judge Perkins isn't budging. Jamil must serve those 30 days before any of the original charges can be addressed. So for Jamil, there's only one way forward. Complete his sentence, and then the rest of the case can continue.
I've filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way. But I mean, there's been no response from the city, up to this point. I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed.
You failed to appear when your name was called, and her response was that you were Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood living man, and attorney in fact for the defendant, Jamil Lockhart. Essentially, you didn't appear on your own behalf because you weren't a licensed attorney. But let's be honest, that's not actually what landed you in trouble, is it? The issue goes far beyond your title or how you identified yourself. What really got the court's attention was your blatant disregard for the rules and the authority of the judge. Claiming a unique legal status or title doesn't excuse ignoring a court order. In the end, your failure to appear and attempt to act outside the law is what put you in serious hot water.
Up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you're still disobeying. No, let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You're still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I said what
I can increase the time if you can take to not be compliant.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the proceedings. May I have a breakout room with this litigant, please, and thank you.
I don't know if he wants to speak to a lawyer, but he can if he needs to. He has that right to do so. You want to speak to the lawyer, Mr. Lockhart?
Wow, which one of you was the clever one who said, "You can lead a donkey to water, but you can't make a jackass drink it"? Oh wait, that was me. I guess sometimes the truth sneaks out in the form of a joke. It's funny, but it's also painfully accurate, isn't it? You can show someone the way, give them every opportunity, and yet they still refuse to take it. That's the reality we're dealing with here. And sometimes, all you can do is sit back, smile, and let them figure it out the hard way.
What's going to go up? It's going to go with Mr. Lockhart. So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's going to have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still going to have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial.
He's delayed his rights. He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want to. I'm not even going to entertain it. That ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly, don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain that with him.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him.
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270-some thousand views.
I wonder whose video he could be referring to. The curiosity is killing me, honestly. Every word makes you pause and think. Was it someone we've seen before? Or a completely unexpected creator? The suspense builds as the music plays in the background, setting the mood perfectly. You can't help but lean in, trying to catch every hint dropped in that short clip. And just like that, you're hooked, waiting for the reveal to see if your guess was right.
Read up on the law, and so you can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take some. They probably have some legal books there, and we'll hear these matters when you come out. So,
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we not? Okay.
No, it's not on the record because I didn't call the cases. I'm going to continue on. That appears to be Charles Gardner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, am I allowed to go back in the breakout room to explain that to Mr. Lockhart? Because he seems to have had a change of heart if the court would allow him to at least.
Maybe he can go turn himself in and you can file an appeal, file something to get him heard before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go do the time. Or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
The contempt proceedings arise out of his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself to the Wayne County Jail?
I mean, he was a disrespectful little troublemaker from the moment he first appeared. So why should anyone give him any breaks? Honestly, I completely agree with Judge Perkins on this one. He needs to serve his 30 days in jail first. Only after that can they even think about moving on to the simpler matters that should have been resolved over a year and a half ago. Skipping steps or cutting corners isn't fair to anyone in the courtroom. Sometimes you just have to face the consequences before you can move forward.
I still see Mr. Lockhart here, I don't know what else to do, what else you can do for him, Mrs. Harris.
So, Your Honor,
He continues to disobey the court order, just continues to do so.
Your Honor, I dare not say, well, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional. Well, I can't say that.
Wait a minute.
I don't think. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that has taken place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into.
We like to call that the path of least advancement. It's almost like a law of nature when it comes to sovereign citizens. Every time they try to take a single step forward, something ridiculous happens. They end up eating 2 crayons and somehow taking 3 steps back. Progress becomes a joke, a frustrating loop that never seems to end. In the end, it's a perfect example of how their own actions keep them stuck exactly where they started.
He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moved. I gave him ample, this is a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. You know, and I'm not moved.
I mean, Your Honor, I mean, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
Yeah, you suddenly apologized the moment you realized that 30 days of the finest jailhouse grits are staring at you for breakfast. It's funny how remorse only shows up when consequences are immediate. But if you were truly sorry for your contemptuous actions, you would have turned yourself in without waiting. You would have faced the music and taken responsibility like a real man. Showing up late or avoiding the system proves nothing but weakness. True accountability isn't about avoiding punishment. It's about owning your mistakes from the start.
I apologize after the offense was, I mean, I don't know what else I would apologize.
And you still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to discuss. We tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before, and I've given you an opportunity at that day to speak with the lawyer. You refused that. You refused all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had ample opportunity.
You'd have me go to jail.
No, on behalf of Jamil Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court he may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of.
Well, he really should have thought about that before acting like a complete fool in court. His behavior showed a total lack of foresight. I'm pretty sure he believed his so-called special appearance was far more important than any family matter he might have had. Clearly, he prioritized the wrong things at the wrong time. That kind of thinking only makes the situation worse. In the end, it's a harsh reminder that your choices in court carry real consequences, no matter how urgent you think you are.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give him an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary. It's just county jail. So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
He hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jameel Lockhart.
So Your Honor, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court today.
Okay, you want to we'll take off the warrant, we'll give him a pre-trial date, and then he can go do his 30 days, and he can tell the sheriff in there that what his next court date is, and they can, or somebody can writ him out then. City of Detroit versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
It's like every sovereign citizen looks completely miserable, as if they're giving birth live, the moment they have to say their own name out loud. I never realized that being such a weakling could make someone loathe themselves this much. Their discomfort is almost painful to watch. Every syllable seems to weigh a ton, like a personal punishment. You can see the shame written all over their face. It's a mix of comedy and tragedy, a perfect example of how their own beliefs often trap them in awkward, self-inflicted misery.
So, sir, as we discussed, I think you would be better suited if you, 1, hire an attorney, 2, go to the Wayne County Jail and submit yourself so that your matters could be resolved. I understand that when you appear in court, there's different attorneys.
He didn't want an attorney. And I guess you have gotten through to him a little bit. He changed it. He came in here hearing on behalf of the person, Jameel Lockhart. And then when he asked him to state his name, he came and he indicated that he was Jameel Lockhart now. So I don't know what he like I say.
I mean, if I could speak a little bit here. I don't know, Your Honor, I'm not a criminal. I just want to handle this, get this over with.
I didn't say you were a criminal, sir. I didn't listen.
No, I know you didn't.
I didn't say you were a criminal. As it stands now, these are allegations. So until there's an adjudication of either guilt or not guilt, that'll determine, whether you're a criminal or not. So I don't know. You got these allegations out here. So I didn't make that comment. You were a criminal.
Right. No, I'm not saying that you did. But I just want to handle this and, put this to rest. At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time, too much.
Do you really think this is just a hobby for him? No, this is his job, and right now he's getting paid to make a fool out of you. Every moment of this courtroom performance is funded by someone's paycheck. If anyone deserves an apology, it's the taxpayers of Michigan. Their hard-earned money is wasted on these needless proceedings, just so he can turn the system into a joke. Meanwhile, the rest of us sit back and watch as accountability takes a back seat to arrogance.
Residents of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan and whoever comes in here, so it doesn't take up my time. This is what we do.
Yeah. So in continuing, I would just like to, get this over with, pay whatever fines need to be paid. I would like to have my license back. I can't rent a car when I travel. I would.
Oh, that's adorable. Now that real life has effectively been put on hold thanks to your brilliant choice of eating paint chips wholesale, you suddenly think it's fine to strike a deal with the state. Somehow, that makes it okay to get yourself a driver's license. And of course, the goal is to start traveling again like nothing ever happened. It's almost laughable how quickly you pivot from self-sabotage to convenience. Meanwhile, the rest of us are left shaking our heads at the audacity of it all.
Last year, over a year and a half ago.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to resolve this. Whatever I owe for those offenses, I'm willing to pay, and it'll be done with this situation. I truthfully don't think it's your, mission to put people in jail that have not harmed anybody or committed any offense against, any actual live human being. I'm only guilty of speaking out of turn, and I should have handled this differently. I can see that now. But I really just want to get this whole situation rectified, and whatever the charges are that I need to pay, I'm willing to do that. And
yeah, that's not how this is going to play out. You don't get to sit back with a Coke and a smile, thinking it's all over. No, you were a fool in court, plain and simple. And acting like a fool in court carries real consequences. In your case, those consequences aren't small. They're 30 days of serious jail time. Sometimes the system doesn't negotiate with arrogance or ignorance, and you're forced to pay the price.
Is September 22nd.
Yeah,
Well,
based on the statements.
That being said, I don't think, based on everything that has happened, our history, the claim in federal court.
Oh, so now you have a federal claim against the judge presiding over your statutory case. And somehow you're surprised that he's not cutting you any slack. You expected leniency just because you filed a claim? That's not how the system works. Judges don't let personal grievances override court rules. Every action has a reaction, especially in their courtroom. Maybe it's time to face the reality that consequences don't disappear just because you try to challenge authority.
I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases.
I haven't been privy to any judicial tenure complaint. My first duty is the duty to sit, I feel
did
that I
put it in your mailbox.
Okay, well, all right. Well, the Judicial Tenure Commission will have to come, and I'll have to respond to them accordingly if they present something to me.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Next court date, 9/22. You're still expected to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask one final argument. I understand that he may have indicated he did not want an attorney to represent him. Jail time is a very harsh penalty. And I know that the court didn't just immediately come to that decision. I would ask if the court would consider some of the things that were stated on the record in terms of he now has a better understanding. He is remorseful of how things played out. And I would ask if the court would issue a monetary fine for the contempt rather than jail. If the court, please.
And he's got a proceeding in federal court against him. So where is it, where is this,
I'm simply trying to
But
protect.
again, Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart, on behalf of Mr. Lockhart, stop. What I'm saying, the court has to understand the fact that a lot of these things came into play before today. So if in fact there was something filed, it was before today, before having a better understanding of how the process works, how to conduct oneself in court, and that one is held to the same standards as an attorney. I would ask if the court would consider converting that jail term into a monetary fine.
Not at this point. At this point.
Your Honor, I only have a federal claim against you as a means to try to keep myself out of.
I've met some truly foolish people in my life, locked hard, but you take the cake. Honestly, you're operating at a whole new level of stupidity. Do you even realize that everything you're doing is being recorded? All the judge has to do is play that clip in court. Suddenly, your entire case could be thrown out because you just admitted the truth. You're not suing him for civil liability or damages. You're only doing it to try to keep yourself out of jail.
You can take any action under the law that you choose to, sir. I haven't prevented you or even tried to even attempt to prevent you, and I can't prevent you from doing it.
I don't want to do that. I just want to handle this, pay whatever I need to pay, and move on.
So again, advocating on behalf of.
Needs to be sitting in jail. I'm an upstanding individual. I have a lot of people that depend on me, and I haven't harmed anyone, and I never would.
Understood. Thank you for that allocation. But on behalf of, defense would now move to ask if the court would allow a hearing on the contempt proceedings.
That hearing has sailed. He has been gone. He has 30 days for the hearing. Procedurally, that has sailed a long time ago.
So he already had a hearing on it?
No, we asked him, offered a hearing on that. We offered him an attorney on that before we entered into found him in contempt. We offered him to speak with the lawyer on that day. He chose not to. It's been over, I would say, quite frankly, a year at least. The motion he was mentioned, he was going to file a motion by 5/27/2022. It's been a long time. Those ships have sailed.
But Your Honor, arguably he didn't have the assistance of counsel. So I would ask, did we go through all of the steps for him to waive his right to counsel in that type of proceeding?
Well, you can go back and look at the transcript. If he wants some representation now, he can either have a court-appointed a lawyer, or he can hire a lawyer on his own. But at this juncture, I'm not inclined. I get people tell me I'm too lenient, and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to everybody that comes through here. I gave Mr. Lockhart, and I'm giving Mr. Lockhart now, over a half hour when other people only get 5 minutes to speak. I gave him ample time today and back when he came in court the last time. And you say that he's changed, but he came into court today spewing the same stuff that he started out before he talked to you that he did when he was there. I read those motions that he filed, which was in the court's eyes had no basis in law whatsoever. None. I've never seen those legal theories that he's purporting. I don't know if well, let me strike that. I've seen those legal theories that he's purported, but I've never seen those in the rules of court rules. I've never seen that in any of the law books that I've ever read. So I told him this back then, that he needs to go get the rules. I gave him an opportunity to read the rules of procedure. He refused everything. Now, the transcript of it, you can order the transcript. He can hire his own lawyer, and he'll get whatever kind of hearing that he will get. I'm not going to recuse myself from the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have nothing further.
Very well. Next court date, September 22nd, 2023 will be a pretrial. Have a very good day, sir.
Alright, that wraps up the video, and I'm curious what you think. Is Jamil of the family, smooth brain, actually going to turn himself in and handle all of this like a responsible adult? Or is he going to completely ignore it and still show up at his September 22nd hearing? Maybe he'll just shrug it off entirely, thinking, I'm a sovereign being with a room temperature IQ, and I'm not stepping foot in court until they personally drag me in. Honestly, I'm rooting for the third option. It would be something to see. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If not, leave a dislike, but don't forget to comment below. And make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss my content. I'm Segritos do Cerebro Femenino, and I'm out.